What if I told you that the most dangerous person in your family isn't the one struggling to pay bills, but the one sitting in a quiet cafe on a Tuesday morning, reading a book while the rest of the world is trapped in a fluorescent lit office? You don't have a boss. You don't have an alarm clock. And because your lifestyle doesn't scream status, your relatives are convinced you're either hiding a dark secret or completely disconnected from reality. Welcome to your new life, where the silence of your schedule is the loudest statement you will ever make. It is 10:30 a.m. on a Wednesday. You are sitting by the window of a local coffee shop. The steam from your espresso curls into the air as you focus entirely on a personal project that generates absolutely zero revenue. Outside, the city is in a state of frantic motion. People are rushing towards subways, checking their watches and bracing for another day of unproductive meetings. Meanwhile, you are experiencing the true definition of autonomy. You have successfully exited the corporate grind, yet to your family, you are simply the unemployed one. They whisper about your future, worried that you have lost your ambition, never realizing that you have actually gained something far more valuable, your time. This is the price of silence. When you choose to step away from the conventional path, you become a puzzle that others cannot solve. They look for the signs of success you left behind, the branded car, the frantic pace, the status symbols, and find nothing. Because you have traded the pursuit of external validation for the internal peace of financial independence, you are an anomaly. You are the architect of your own days, and that is a reality most people cannot comprehend, let alone accept as a viable way to exist. Let's strip away the mystery and look at the math that makes this possible. You didn't reach this point by accident, you reached it through the disciplined application of the 4% guideline. This is not some abstract theory found in textbooks. It is the bedrock of your current reality. By keeping your annual living costs significantly lower than the total value of your diversified portfolio, you have created a self-sustaining ecosystem. You have calculated your enough, and in doing so, you have rendered the traditional employment model obsolete for your specific needs. Most people assume that to stop working, you need an astronomical amount of capital. They imagine yachts and private jets. But your version of independence is different. You realized early on that lifestyle inflation is the silent thief of freedom. By avoiding the trap of upgrading your house, your car, or your wardrobe just because your capacity to save increased, you lowered the finish line. You didn't need to climb a mountain, you just needed to build a sturdy foundation that could hold your weight indefinitely. Defining what is enough is the most radical act you can perform in a consumer-driven society. It requires you to look at your life and ask, what actually brings me joy? Is it the expensive commute, the fancy suit, or the constant need to prove your worth through productivity? Or is it the ability to wake up without a deadline, to learn a new language, to exercise, or to mentor others without the pressure of a paycheck? Once you define your enough, you stop being a participant in the race to the bottom, where the prize is just more stress. Your family's confusion is a byproduct of their conditioning. They were raised to believe that a job title is synonymous with identity. When you remove the title, they perceive a vacuum. They cannot see the assets you have built, the passive streams of value you have secured, or the discipline you have maintained for years. They only see that you are not doing something in the traditional sense, but you are doing everything. You are living the life they hope to attain only after decades of exhaustion, and you're doing it now, while your body is strong and your mind is clear. This is the philosophy of stealth independence. You don't brag about your portfolio, and you don't wear your status on your sleeve. You prefer the anonymity of the crowd. When someone asks what you do, you give a vague answer about a personal project or consulting. You let them draw their own conclusions. Let them think you're between jobs or figuring things out. The burden of their judgment is a small price to pay for the absolute ownership of your morning, afternoon, and evening. Consider the psychological shift that occurs when you realize your time is no longer for sale. In the corporate world, you are taught that your value is tied to your output. If you are not producing, you are not contributing. But in your new reality, your value is tied to your existence. You are a human being, not a human doing. This shift is jarring, and it takes time to unlearn the habits of the grind. You might feel guilty for reading a book on a Tuesday or for taking a long walk in the middle of the day. That is just the conditioning fading away. Your strategy for longevity relies on a lean and intentional approach to personal finance. You have optimized your taxes, minimized your overhead, and automated your savings. You have treated your life like a business, ensuring that your core expenses are always covered by the yield of your portfolio. This is not about being cheap, it is about being efficient. You are a steward of your own future, and you have made decisions that prioritize resilience over vanity. When you stop chasing status, you start noticing the abundance that was always there. The park is just as beautiful on a Wednesday as it is on a Saturday. The coffee tastes better when you aren't rushing to a meeting. The conversations you have with friends are deeper because you aren't distracted by work-related stress. You have moved from a scarcity mindset, where you feel you never have enough time, to a mindset of abundance, where you have all the time in the world. This is why people are confused by you. They see someone who has everything they want, freedom, but who acts like someone who has nothing. They can't reconcile the two. They think freedom requires a massive salary, but you know that freedom requires only a massive reduction in the need for external validation. It is a paradox of modern life. The less you need, the more you have. As you sit in that cafe, realize that you are not just a person with a bank account, you are a pioneer of a new lifestyle. You are proving that it is possible to detach from the cycle of overconsumption and overwork. You are the proof that the standard roadmap is not the only way to travel through life. When people look at you, they see someone who has dropped out, but you know you have simply opted into a different, more sustainable system. Your journey has been one of extreme discipline, but it has not been one of deprivation. You have traveled, you have learned, and you have grown. You just didn't do it to impress anyone. You did it for yourself. And that is the difference that keeps you grounded while others are spinning out of control in the corporate machine. The beauty of your path is that it is repeatable, yet few have the courage to actually walk it because it requires ignoring the noise of social pressure. Think about the years ahead. You have decades of autonomy waiting for you. You don't have to worry about layoffs, office politics, or burnout. Your life is yours to curate. You can change your focus, start a new project, or simply rest. You have the ultimate luxury, the ability to say no to anything that does not align with your values. That is the true definition of a successful financial strategy. So, the next time your family asks about your career, smile and tell them you're working on your life. Let them wonder, let them speculate. You know the truth, and that is enough. You have built a life that doesn't require a constant stream of income to sustain because you have built a foundation that sustains you. You are the quiet master of your own destiny, and the most productive thing you can do is continue to enjoy the silence you have earned. Remember, the goal was never to stop contributing. The goal was to stop contributing to things that don't matter to you. Now that you are free, you can contribute in ways that are meaningful, creative, and lasting. You have the capacity to help, to build, and to create, all without the weight of a corporate anchor holding you back. You are not a falso desempregado. You are a person who has reclaimed their right to choose. As the sun begins to set, you close your book and finish your coffee. You don't have to pack up your laptop to go to a meeting. You don't have to deal with traffic. You simply stand up, walk out of the cafe, and head toward whatever part of your day you choose to engage with next. You are the protagonist of a story that is being written in real time, and every page is a testament to the power of intentional living and financial clarity. Continue to protect your autonomy. Continue to live below your means, not because you have to, but because it gives you the power to never have to compromise your integrity. The world will keep spinning, the corporate machine will keep grinding, and people will continue to be confused by your stillness. Let them. You have found the secret that they are still searching for, that the ultimate currency is not the one in your bank account, but the one you spend on your own terms. Enjoy your Tuesday, for it is entirely yours.